Welcome Cosmic Comics, Games and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
And good evening, everybody. I am RJ Carter, Senior Managing Editor here at CriticalBlast.com. And tonight we're kind of mixing things up a little bit. We're going to take it old school theater style, where you went to see the movie, but you got 5 minutes ahead of that before, with the cartoons and the newsreels and everything else. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So we have two guests waiting in the green room here. Our main guest right here is Anthony Sica. Am I saying that right?
Yes, sir, you are.
Oh, fantastic. That's the first time I've ever done that. Who's going to talk to us tonight mostly about Misty America, but I'm sure this is a talk show. We'll talk about everything else going on in the comics industry tonight. But first up, we have Mr. Ted Sakura from Hero Tomorrow Comics. Ted, you're just doing gangbusters with this Bloom project of yours.
Oh, thank you. It's been a wonderful to see the way it's been received, and I'm just having a blast with it.
That's my line. But thank you for dropping it there.
Yes.
So 50 hours to go, 2 days left, $10,150. That's is that a record for from the three books that have been out?
The first one did about 14. The first one was our best Kickstarter ever. It did like 14,500 somewhere around there.
Okay, so we got to push.
Yeah.
So what can you?
Well, I will
tell us
say
about this third issue here because
sure. One little thing about the Kickstarter campaign, our backer record is 392, and if we happen to break that, so if we make 393, everybody's going to get a surprise back issue from the Hero Tomorrow Comics catalog with their rewards. That goes for digital backers. Pardon?
We need 55 more backers.
55, yes. I think there's a decent shot of that. I've looked at the last 2 days of our previous campaigns. We've done typically more than that, but who knows? So, we did a different kind of launch this time around too with Backer Kit, which I highly recommend for people doing Kickstarters to use Backer Kit for the back end and even the front end.
So Ted, this is an unusual kind of book because this is a mini series that tells the origin of a villain that's already existing in the series. We never really got her origin. She's kind of popped up and then disappeared. But in Apama, the undiscovered animal, we knew that she was important just from the brief interactions we had with her. How important is she?
I tell everybody she's the most powerful character in our universe. She, this is a character that could mess up Superman, because everything is so mental and so sort of manipulative on extra dimensional kind of plane. So, but at the same time, people, as I'm starting to pitch Bloom now at the first few cons that I've done, people who don't know anything about our world, they ask me, so is she good or is she bad? And I say, exactly, because this is, she's very much the hero of her story. And I'm hoping that by the time we get through Bloom, people really question, I hope they think, man, she's got a lot of good points, and maybe
the best villains do. I mean, no villain sees himself as the villain. They're not like, I'm going to do evil. They're they think they're doing a good thing, and just nobody else realizes it. They're smarter than
Yeah, they rationalize and all that, but yeah, I think hers is a real direct path to, you know, we tried to change the world peacefully in the 60s and it didn't stick, and now we're going to do it on my terms, and we're not going to let these sort of oppressive voices push us down,
Yeah, she's sort of a mix of she's like Poison Ivy and Janis Joplin.
That's fair.
Because it is set in 1960, 68, 69. So there's that vibe going on, and she's getting this whole manipulative capability. I'm looking for I'm a backer. I'm up front with the fans on this one. The folks in the chat, I'm on board with this one. I'm hoping that somewhere in issue 3 we're going to find out who the real bad guy force is, because Regina's just an avatar. She's channeling a power from somewhere else, just like Apama is channeling the force of the Apama creature. So we know that these two cosmic level entities that have it in for each other, sort of like Shiva and Kali, in that kind of a battle where they're opposite matches and they're attracted to each other, but they're also trying to kill each other all the time.
Yeah, and I should probably, the basic premise for anyone who's not familiar with it is it starts with an aspiring comic book creator in 1969. He's trying to figure out a villain, and he's having a real tough time with it. He buys a mannequin. He's painting all these symbols all over it, these glyphs, and it doesn't quite have it right. But he goes to a street fair and meets this wild dancer. She's in a rock band and singing backup vocals, and he's just taken with her. And after the show, he's like, you've got the right look for my villain. Would you mind posing for me in the woods as I take some photos of her? And she's, this cool hippie. She's into it. They go into the woods. He starts painting her. She's like, what is all this stuff you're putting all over me? And he says, it's just something I saw one night when I had my sketch pad out and I was tripping really hard. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. And turns out it is something. So
yeah. So he paints those glyphs on her in the woods, and then she takes him to a location that we recognize as a place where your main hero, the Apama, is going to come into his power 30 years later, 40 years later, even.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something about that place that's a place of power. It's the same place where he found the skins that he wears for his costume.
Righto. Yeah.
Now, I think recently you've added some new covers to this as well, right? I mean,
well, yeah, we have like I believe there's 7 cover options, and there's like a bouquet where you get all 7 for I think $54. That one's done by Jake Gonzo. Glorious job he did.
And you've done like one in this style for each of the books so far. One of these psychedelic.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
And this one, a collaboration of 3 different people. Miguel Puerta did the pencils, Chira Colasante did the inks, and then David Baff-Gallard the colors.
I think this is the first time I've seen this one colored.
Yeah, it just finished a few days ago. This guy, Simon Burnt, he does rock posters for all kinds of festivals, and I loved his sort of classic psychedelic poster look. And I said, hey, man, have you ever done a comic book cover before? And he said no, but he was open to it, and this is his first ever comic cover, and I think it's glorious.
Yeah, this is a book. You can read this under a black light. It's going to be fun.
Right.
Now, this is art by Ted Sakura.
Yeah, yep, that's my first cover myself. Yeah,
you had to get in on the fun.
I did. So with each one, I'm doing these sort of Andy Warhol looking prints, and one of them that as I was working on an idea, I thought, I think I like this one as a cover. So yeah.
And then you have the
Alicia Lynn.
Technically this is a Ted Sakura cover.
Well, I took the photo, but there's so much more involved with this one. Alicia Lynn, and then Joel Parrott did the the background and the treatment. I just love what he did.
So this is the actual cosmic force is going to channel through her. Then we are going to see it. Yay!
I'm not promising that.
I know, but I've read some comic books in my time, Ted. I know how these things have to go.
And this is Chiara Colasanti.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And yeah, she's just this first time working with her, and we're going to be working together a lot, I hope.
And then this was the one, I think that's the newest one. This one was the one I was really taken with because I was like, holy cow. This is, virgin cover, which by the way means logoless because there's no way Regina, never mind.
Tula Lose, yeah. She's from the UK. Actually, they're from all over the world. We got.
You really have an international staff of artists working on your
We
stuff.
do, yeah. And there's Butch. He's in the Philippines.
Yeah, I was. Somebody was talking on Twitter about a bunch of Marvel work, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's the incomparable Butch Mappa," and I had to follow up with, and you can find him here now. And I threw the Kickstarter link out there in the tweet. He's doing stuff for Hero Tomorrow.
Yeah, and IDW, and he's doing the Public Enemy thing. Yeah, like he's busy guy.
He's a very busy guy. Now these are sample pages from. This is
there's really just one. I didn't want to put spoilers in since we're getting a lot of people who are still jumping on for all 3 issues. So this is just one page from issue 3, but there's a link right there if you want to read the first 8 pages. You can. Right.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah. So we're not going to put that up there on chat. I will put the link in the chat for people to check out. And I'll put that out there right now so people can click on that and put some money behind it because they've only got 50 hours, probably 49 hours at this moment.
Yeah, and for $20, really, that includes shipping. You get the first 3 issues and the print, and you're caught up. So there's a tier right there.
That's the catch-up tier, huh?
That's the catch. Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
So for $12, you're getting a print of number 3 and a copy of number 3 and a print.
Yes.
And you get your choice of A, B, or C covers.
Correct.
But there is, I'm sure, where's it at? That's the photo cover. There it is. 1 through 3. $20, 3 comics, and the print, postage paid. I don't know what voodoo magic you're working there with your shipping, Ted, because
well, that's only in the States. Free shipping in the USA. I mean, if it's in the overseas, it's tax on a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start dealing with the new VAT regulations, which they're not telling us what they are yet. They're just telling us that they're new.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, since July 1st. People have been putting things online. They've ordered 90. Somebody got Billy Tucci's She Haiku volume, and upon delivery, the government said, "Oh, you owe us 95 euros in VAT."
Yeah.
So that they were not happy. You also get, of course, all the stretch and milestone rewards. And what stretch goals have we hit? As I give people seizures by scrolling down so quickly.
Oh, what's on those so far? It's all the way at the bottom. And we just at 10,000 unlocked the MP3 of the Apama theme, which was from the Hero Tomorrow movie, which has never really been released as sort of an MP3. But that's very appropriate because obviously the Ramsey, the comic book character in Bloom, is working on an Apama type character. 8,000, we got the bookmark, 300 backers. It's a sticker. It's about that big, a round sticker. And then there's an interior pinup from 6,000. And then at 200, I'm going completely backwards. We did our original movie press kit, which had a lot of interviews and things in it, and could be fun for fans of our stuff.
Yeah. Now, this was a very weird origin for a comic book, folks. This was usually you see a comic book come out and then they adapt it into a movie, or you see a movie come out and they adapt it into a comic book. Hero Tomorrow was the name of the movie that became the name of the publishing house, and it had a comic book writer creating Apama as a comic book character. And now you're reading the comic book that was being created in the movie by that comic book character, And now we're looking back in time with Bloom at another comic book creator who's creating the villain who'll be the villain to Apama, who hasn't been born yet. It's
a lot of meta.
It's a corkscrew chronology,
right?
And there's a lot of meta-textual stuff to it there. Is the movie itself one of the options on this tier? Because I know that's
well, it's an add-on. So if you know, with Kickstarter now, you can add on really anything. So you could add on our Tap Dance Killer hardcover or all 11 issues of Apama, Punchline and the Vaudevillains. We basically anything we've ever done is available as an add-on within any tier here.
Yeah, get the entire library, folks, because all of the books are good. I have all of them. Well, I have all the Apama universe ones, I'm sure. Except for Bloom #3, and I'm correcting that. So,
well, it's not out yet, but you'll have it.
Yeah, I will have it. Anything else you want to impart before?
No, I really appreciate you squeezing me in, and I appreciate giving me a little bit of time today, of course. And to both of you, Anthony, I'm very sorry I got the time sort of confused about the time zones.
It's quite all right.
That's the thing about independent comic creators. They usually like meeting each other online and in different ways. So
yeah, and I'm not sure we've crossed paths before, Anthony. Have you been doing a lot of shows?
Anthony? I'm sorry, you broke up there.
Oh, have you been doing a bunch of Comic Cons? Like, do you have any coming up?
Yes, I do. I have one coming up September 18th and 19th in Florida, the Daytona. I'm in the central eastern part of Florida. I'm doing that show the 18th and 19th in September, and then I just, believe it or not, in this year of the pandemic, we did a show in February called the Volusia County Comic Convention. Mostly independent artists. This new one coming up is actually a pretty big deal. There's some international, national folks and some small companies like Scout Comics and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
I want to say hi to the chat. We have BAP2 out in the chat. One of our regular viewers. Appreciate you, BAP. Hope things are shaping up for you. I need to check in with you. Make sure you're getting back on track with things. Abominable Grizzly. Not with the 2 Z's, but with an S, which makes it kind of scarier, actually. It says, these are great. So, yeah, they are. Take my word for it. Throw some money at this. Don't just pick up #3. At the very least, get all 3 issues of this. And then, if that's all you trusted me for, after this, you'll go back and get Apama. You'll definitely want to read Tap Dance Killer. Tap Dance Killer is the 2019 best comic book series of the year.
Very cool.
Including writer and artist, as agreed upon by the readers of criticalblast.com who did the poll. So hoping to see some more of her in the future. Guessing your next project after this. You've been pretty sequential with the Bloom stuff since you started it.
Well, because the art was already kind of done for 2.5 of the issues when it came out. So Punchline and the Vaudevillains were which really continues the story of Tap Dance Killer. I'm going to be getting back into that in 2022. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little while. It's just 4 Kickstarter campaigns in a year, plus the diamond release of all these has been brutal. So, yeah, we're just going to take it a little slower next year.
We got a super sticker from Tatsunami. Thank you, Tatsunami. That's I know what CHF is. I just can't remember. It's in the Netherlands. It's francs, but I just don't know the full word for it. But thank you so much. I do appreciate it. We are monetized channel now, so we can take super chats and super stickers, and all of that will go to pay for the website, which that bill is coming due in a couple of months here. So I need to be aware of that here, so we can keep the domain up and running. Agent DeCamp is here in the chat. Also said Anthony's books are awesome, so we're going to start taking a dive into them now. And Ted, you can hang around if you like. You can pop off whenever you want. I know you got crowded time.
Yeah,
there,
no, so my book is due to the printer in like 4 days. And I'm just woefully behind. But Anthony, are you live on? Do you have a crowdfunder going on right now yourself?
Yeah, I'm on Indiegogo. Just type in my name or Misty America, you will find me.
It's actually the one that's linked in the description below this video.
Or you can look below. It's all good.
Okay. Real
Thank
cool,
you.
man. Well,
Yeah, your stuff looks great too. Are you a musician? I see a guitar hanging back there.
Yeah, I do play. I play guitar and yeah.
I play bass and sing. We should have had a concert online tonight.
Right. What what's your favorite style?
Old school punk and old school metal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I kind of Van Halen, Beatles,
Sure.
that kind of stuff was.
I had
really
Beatles tribute bands, Bob Dylan tribute bands to thrash metal.
favorite
gamut.
Beatles album. What's your favorite Beatles album?
The White Album.
Same here. Good man.
There is no other album. Come on.
No, they're all great.
There's a few, but the White Album is the key.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, one little sidebar. In the back of Bloom, Regina asked me, my main character, to continue. If the Beatles stayed together, what would the albums have been? And so, like, we did the 1972 release, the 1975 release, and now this one will have the 78, I believe.
I'm curious what Lennon would be like today if he wasn't killed. I think the world would be a different place too.
Yeah.
Did you all see that movie Yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, loved it.
I love that show. That was because who hasn't thought about just taking an entire catalog of pre-written songs that are hits and just taking them back in time and I'm going to release them.
All right. We would go back in time and just buy Hulk 181 like 600 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And to be worth nothing because we'd overflood the market.
There's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we'd go back in time and keep buying the same issue, and someday they'd count them as counterfeits because we only printed 1 million of them, and there's 6 million floating around.
Yeah.
And the person who bought a Hulk 181 and decided to put Wolverine in a movie would never have happened, and they would be worth nothing. Somehow we would screw it up.
That butterfly effect always gets you in the end.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. Well, hey, thank you for having me, and best wishes with Misty America. And
thank you.
Critical Blast.
And with Bloom.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. We'll see you soon.
All right, take care.
And it is time to take a quick video shift here for Anthony with this. Now that's an indie-looking comic. I mean, you did.
It's what I am, man.
There's this like, what am I trying to say? When you ever watch the like the Antiques Roadshow or the Mike and Frank going out and buying American Picker stuff? They talk about this primitive art, and it's like it's art, but you know it's got this like thick line to it. You look at it and you say, yeah, that's an indie book. It's not a DC book, and I want to read it.
It's indie outlaw stuff that I fell in love with in the late 80s, early 90s. Everything from Grips and Faust to a lot of those bad girl stuff like Everett Hartso's Razor, that stuff that was coming, even the early Kabuki and, you know, Billy Tucci She type stuff, you know. It's if I looked corporate, RJ, or anybody ever said, oh, that looks like a label book or a company book, I would stop drawing immediately.
It would blend into the masses. And
not into it, man. I'm just not into it.
Now, this is your first campaign. Is this your first comic book?
No, it's not. In fact, I have a little announcement to make. My first comic book, if you can blow me up on the screen, I had a book called Oh My God. And for the last 2 years and through the pandemic, I published 6 issues and in fact, there's Misty America's debut in the book. There's another Misty America variant cover. So let me talk about being indie. I put out a book called Oh My God, 6-issue limited series, but a complete story.
Yep.
And I introduced Misty America as a character in issue 4, and then she was featured very heavily in issue 5.
Well, hold that second issue up again, because something caught my eye on that second book.
The homage cover?
Yeah.
Days of Future Past, 2 characters from Oh My God. Kira Palmer and her friend Jennifer, who are being hunted by demons. Oh My God kind of starts out with a girl having sex, one night stand in a bar, hence the Oh My God. And then it turns into a full supernatural horror thriller with the devil and demons and angels and supernatural beings and all kinds of cool stuff. But in the middle of that series, I introduced a character called Misty America. Misty America is a former veteran of Afghanistan, serving in the United States Army. Before that, she was a WWE diva. And in my new book, Misty America, I introduce her in the first issue. You think you knew her from Oh My God, but to be honest with you, she's really a time traveler. And she has a squad of commandos with her, and a squad of 5 and her, and they're jumping through time fighting terrorism.
So they're trying to stop. There's another group of time travelers.
Yes, there is. Wow, how perceptive of you. Yes, there's another group that is trying to reverse all the events of the 20th century in the last 20 years since 9/11 and all that, in order to make the future different. And the U.S. Time Force, not related to the Space Force, but the Time Force, they are in the future, and they kind of recruited some folks from different time periods to join the squad. And let's just say Misty America can go backwards, but she can't go forward. So she could go back to World War II if she had to. She could go back to World War I or the Revolution or the Civil War or what have you.
But if she can't go forward, how does she get back to present?
No, she can get back to her present time. She just can't go past that.
Oh, okay.
So, like a Doctor Who scenario where you can go anywhere in time.
Yes.
She can't go in the future. So.
Okay, so she can go back and snap
right. So all the butterflies effect and the events that she can either stop or add to affects the present, and not necessarily anything she could worry about beyond her years. But let's just say the world's not in a good place in her present.
So it's realism.
Yeah. So the time it's like a highbrow time cop is what it is. If you took Van Damme's Time Cop and just made it more intellectual, then this would be good. But still just as fun.
Yeah. Tatsunami's telling me to play the trailer already. I just did that. That was
we already did.
Yeah.
Talk later. Oh, well, do you want to know about the campaigns or the perks or whatever?
I think we should get. I think we should.
All right.
Into that.
Well, there was a reason I threw up the oh my God, and I'm glad you asked that question. I have a standard campaign of $25, a standard perk. You will get 5 variant covers, 3 illustrated covers done by me, and 2 photo covers, which if you scroll down, you could see those. You'll get 2 posters, and you'll get 3 Misty. There's cover A.
Cover A. Cover
B.
B.
Vintage Marvel looking cover. Another vintage Marvel retro cover, cover C. Then there's cover D, photo cover featuring a model called Chelsea Ann. And if you keep going down a little bit, that's the oh my God. I'll explain that in a second. And then just a little bit more. And then there's the But More cover that I added. And
But
that
More.
is But More. That's the one that's one I just added. So you're going to get 5 covers. So 5 copies of the magazine, 5 variant covers, all signed. You're going to get 3. You're going to get 2 posters, 11 by 17 posters, and you're getting 3 trading cards for $25.
Okay, so
yeah,
that's not this package because it's listing different. It's saying 4 covers and a trading card
for what
for the standard package.
You know what?
A, B, C, and D, and then the
yeah,
trading
it's in the it's not in that. I can't edit that at the moment.
Gotcha. Because somebody claims as soon as somebody claims it's locked.
Yeah, it is. I can't edit that. It's in the description.
Gotcha.
The description that's on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Specifically tells you what's in the package.
So let me.
Yeah, I can't edit. Yeah.
Yeah, they won't let you change it. It's in here somewhere.
Go up. Yeah, it's there. You guys can trust me. I only have 11 backers, so if I get 20 backers tonight, don't worry, I'll take care of you. But
I trust you.
The descriptions are right there where it says standard, right over that cover. There, it's all in there.
All 5 covers. There you go.
Right. And then there's and then when you go down to the next one, which is called the executive package, if you scroll down,
and there's that.
Right, the executive package, you get 5 covers, you get 2 posters, you get 7 trading cards, and for the next 8 days until I close, I may go in demand after, but while the campaign's open, if you order the executive for $50, you're getting issues 1 through 6 of Oh My God, what I just showed you. In addition to Misty America, in addition to 2 posters, and you're getting 7 trading cards.
Wow, 11 comics, 7 trading cards, 2 posters.
That's correct.
And
11 comics. 11 comics. That's right. And then the VIP is the executive package with an extra perk thrown in that I want to show you.
Let me give you a big screen.
Sure. See this? Pen sketch
yes,
on 11 by 17 Bristol board. If you back my campaign at the $100 VIP level, you get the entire executive package, which is 11 comics, 2 posters, and 7 trading cards. Plus, I will draw you a Misty America with pencil and pen, very sparse backgrounds, if any, but original artwork signed by me, one of a kind, on 11 by 17 Bristol board. And the cool thing is
15 of these, and 4 of them have been claimed. Tatsu, the link. I'm going to do this twice, so that it's not missed. I'm going to copy it. See, you actually see me doing. You can't actually see me doing this on screen because I've given Anthony the full Monty there.
All good.
I'm going to drop it in the chat.
Very nice. Thank you.
But for every guest on our show, whenever we have somebody on here, if you look in the description below the video, the very first thing you're going to see is directions to their project.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that the people coming in for the replay can get that. There is the link to it. And folks, this is funded. This had a $500 goal.
Sure.
It's at 800 now, so it's met goal. It's one of those things that's going to happen.
Sure.
Let's see when it's going to happen in September.
Yes, I'm mailing. I'm fulfilling on probably the first week of September.
So you're probably going to go in demand for all of August, and then shut it down and start delivering, or keep it up and start delivering?
No, if I start, regardless of whether I go in demand or not, I'm fulfilling the first week of September, because I have a convention later in the month of September, and I do want to bring Misty America out with me at the convention. So of course I want to take care of my backers 3 weeks before it's available somewhere else, right?
Yep. Now, normally, Anthony, I would say, tell us what convention you're going to be at.
Yeah, well,
but don't.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell us.
Sure.
Don't tell us because here's what'll happen, Anthony. It's like somebody else is going to that convention, and they're going to say, wait, this guy who draws this horrible, terrible action comic about a patriotic hero with guns and shooting people scares me.
Yeah,
I'd really rather you didn't bring Anthony to this convention.
That's right. They might need a safe space away from me.
The convention should be a safe space.
Right. In fact, to be honest with you, I just finished this page the other night, and I don't know if you see, but on one of the panels, and by the way, I did this a week ago, I penciled it, but when I added the inks on it just 3 nights ago, the very next day, I heard some news about a guy with the last name Miller.
Yeah.
And in every book I do, I like to put a little panel homage to Mr. Miller. And there you go. Oh. And if any reader knows what that homage is, of course, you can get yourself a piece of candy tonight. Because
oh man,
anyway.
I can't believe that story. I mean, and we put an article up on criticalblast.com about it too, because when I get that incensed, Twitter's not enough.
Yeah,
I need more than 144 characters to address that level of idiocy.
The hypocrisy in the industry and the fandom, and especially folks like that, is just, you can't make it up. It's ridiculous. No. And it's kind of, it's censorship first. Secondly, it's art. These are 2-dimensional lines on a page. Those lines shouldn't be hurting anyone. And that's all there is to it, man. I don't know how you can get offended by drawings or what people write or whatever.
10-year-old drawing at that.
But it's crazy. I don't care if it's last week. It's still just, I don't know about you, sir, but I just turned 50 years old. And there's a thing that we used to say when we were kids, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I always thought that applied to what was on the page and on the TV and in the movies also. You shouldn't be offended or afraid of words or images, because that's all they are. And, I think first of all, the actual convention in question you're talking about, judging by the guests, and I could just tell by the imagery, they're not buying my book. And I think just by looking at their posts and what kind of graphics they use and all that, you know what? I don't think Frank Miller even belongs at that show. No. To be honest with you,
they don't deserve him.
Yeah. They're not worthy.
Agent DeCamp says you're still a young man. But you know what? I got to thinking, because I'd make convention appearances too, and I'm like, sure. What would I do if I looked at a convention guest list and saw that there was somebody going to be at the same convention that I really, really could not abide? I was like, oh, I just hate that person so badly. Either I could tell the convention that they should be dropped, or I'm not coming, or I could choose not to come. And I've got to think that, I think it would be on me to choose not to come, to not associate. And I was like, nope, that's not what I would do. You know what I would do in that situation? I'd go to the con anyway, because I'm a freaking adult.
Right. I was just going to say that. I think once you graduate high school, you can kind of get over that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
A lot of these folks that get offended and need safe spaces, They're little babies, and they need to read, I don't know, Archie and Jughead and I'm Not Starfire, and they don't need to worry about Frank Miller's classics.
Exactly. But you know what, Anthony, it's our fault.
Yeah, it is.
You're 50, I'm 54. We're the generation that raised that generation.
Yeah, well,
what they are.
Yeah, well, like I have a 12-year-old, and he's Generation Z, I believe, and I'm X. It's really the millennials. I think that is the problem. Those kids grew up with the internet, and there's not much hope. But they're going to be our age one day, and maybe I hope they'll wise up. But again, like we both agreed, Frank Miller, they're not worthy of his grace.
No, they're not. And I don't know, Frank Miller, you're welcome on this channel anytime. We will.
Oh yeah, Frank,
platform you.
Come in, Frankie. I want to mention real quick to
take your time, man. We got all the time in the world.
As I said, RJ, in that VIP package,
yeah,
I'm actually going to have original art. And if you happen to have a fetish of some sort, I might reach out to you. For example, all the original art I do is going to feature Misty America for you if you back it at the $100 level. But say you're a fan of Wolverine, maybe I'll have claws coming out of her hand for you.
Okay. That boy, you said the fetish word, and I was like,
no. I mean,
yeah, fandom.
Yeah, fandom fetish. I didn't mean like feet or
like
furries or any of that stuff, right, or just nude. But I was hoping to, like, if you have some other fandom stuff from the big two or any other character I might work in it. Like, for example, one of my $100 backers is a van enthusiast, and all his vans he named Scooby, like the Mystery Machine, right?
Sure.
So he's a big Scooby-Doo fan. So I'm going to have her flying out of the Mystery Machine or something, or maybe giving Scooby a snack, or Agent DeCamp, who is actually, I think, my #1 backer. He has a Captain Marvel fetish. So I might have her fighting Captain Marvel or taking Captain Marvel's costume off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, anything would be an improvement to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, well, he's a big Ms. Marvel fan, the original. So.
Oh yes, of course.
With the sexy outfit.
Yeah, has anybody got her got you drawing her holding the round shield?
Misty America, no, but that's I was thinking of doing a shield kind of variant cover. But I decided not to. I didn't want to get in trouble with anybody.
Don't tempt the fates.
Yeah.
Original art's one thing, covers another.
Right, exactly.
But that one seems like a no-brainer there.
Yeah.
So why is she Misty America? I mean, she's not born with that name. Her
name is Misty Lee Warren. Okay, and I'm just doing a play off the Miss America. So what happened is, because her first name was Misty, when she was a wrestler, she needed a wrestling stage name. So she was the patriotic warrior Misty America. And then when she went to fight, she just, kept that nickname because she was kind of a celebrity. And then she joined the service and toured a few tours of Afghanistan. And that's the whole Misty America. And also, hey, man, she fights in camo pants and Star Spangled Bikini. So there you go.
There you go. That's Misty America enough.
Right. Come on. It's just a play on Miss America. That's all.
Now, it didn't take you long to find a cosplayer to wear this outfit. You found the outfit.
Yeah. No. I knew her. I'm in Florida. She's actually from Wisconsin area, but she works bike events down here in Florida. And I happened to meet her while I was doing Oh My God. And I said, hey, I'm doing a comic called Misty America, and I would like you to pose for covers for me. So those shoots were, done specifically for the cover and the first issue. And I have multiple shots, to use for the second issue if I decide to.
Okay.
But that's it.
Well, harder to find than the cosplayer is that that cannon that she's holding there. On the right end.
Really not, because as I said, well, you're in America, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you know what? The photographer had like 12 of them. And she had her own at home too, man. Come on now. We live in America. We got guns all over the place.
Oh,
that is not a prop. That's real.
Oh, so it's not even a prop gun, it's a real gun.
No, that's a real gun, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Totally real. No prop guns used in that photo.
Which means that not only can you take photos now, but you could actually do a little mini movie for your next trailer.
That's right.
Cosplayer going boom, 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 just charging in the battle and shooting.
Yep. I'm seeing her again in October, so I might get some video stuff. I actually asked the photographer and her to do video stuff for me, and it must have slipped their minds. I don't know.
Yeah, because that would work great on the trailer here.
Yeah.
Now, we know that Misty America is making her first appearance in Oh My God #4,
right.
The series you've already done. Is there any back crossover from the Oh My God characters into Misty America?
Well, here's the funny thing is I just added a recent perk, and you can find that on the right-hand side. I'm giving you 11 issues of, I'm giving you the 5 variants for Misty, and I'm giving you the entire series of Oh My God for $35 plus shipping. So if you do that, I think that's called the Oh My God Misty combo package.
Right.
For that package, you will get the entire story of Misty America, and you will have the ability to see all the characters that were in Oh My God. But to answer for a quicker answer, RJ, my company is called Wild Mercury Comics, and there is a universe. So yes, it is all combined.
Cool.
You will see characters from Oh My God popping up in a future issue of Misty America.
Yeah, just not this one. We're going
not this one.
Misty right now.
No.
So she gets tied up a lot, and she has to bust loose. I've noticed that.
Yeah, she's bound for probably the first 6 pages here and there, and we get a little origin tale. I can show you if you enlarge. I can give your folks a quick preview. There's that page you just saw.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it bothers it too much. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Avengers where Black Widow's tied up in the chair and she gets the call on one of their phones.
Good eyes, sir. She is stalling these folks also.
She's interrogating them.
But she's getting beat up a bit. She's that's a spoiler. Misty driving a tank. Here's some stuff. She's in a tent being roughed up by some Al Qaeda dudes in 1998. Here's her getting a little revenge. I'm kind of giving away the book here a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah. There's no dialogue. You don't know what the hell's going on.
I see fighting going on.
There's a lot of fighting. Let me tell you something. There's only 3 pages on this whole book where there's not fighting going on. The whole book is all action.
That's what a comic book's supposed to be.
We got a little cool little Weapon X style conditioning going on there. You know what? A lot of bondage going on here. Just like you said,
it's not really the same as bondage though when you're tied up by terrorists and interrogated.
No. But I like to say that in advertising. So
yeah, then by all means, yes.
Hey, they used to Wonder Woman always was tied up and very astute observation with the Avengers Black Widow scene in the beginning, because I did think of that when I was drafting my first couple of pages. I'm like, this is the way I want to open, and I believe the Avengers opened like that too. That was the first scene.
It was because she got the phone call on one of the terrorists' cell phones. Like it's for you.
Yeah.
And she's like, what do you want? I'm interrogating. I'm in the middle of an interrogation. These idiots are telling me everything I want to know.
Yeah. But
Mike
yes,
Walters, yes, I did get your message. So have fun with that. And yes, we were just talking about, how Wonder Woman was also, one of the books where folks were tied up again.
When I was a kid, I used to have when the Linda Carter show was on TV, for some reason, I had this recurring dream of Wonder Woman being tied up by some bad guys.
Well, that was that theme in the comics itself at that time was still a thing in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
it was part of her. It was her kryptonite. I mean,
bracelets were right, and I had some of those early. Of course, I didn't have the original issues, but I had this when I was a young child, 6 or 7. My parents bought me the DC Origin. I don't know whether it was a Treasury edition or maybe it was like a hardcover, but it had like the first couple of issues of Wonder Woman in it.
Oh, nice.
And even with that very primitive, I'm going to say almost like a Dick Tracy kind of early Phantom like art style, that World War II comic art style. Still, though, she was like tied. Someone was tied up on every other page.
Well, that's because that's what Marston and his wife and their lover did.
Yeah.
It was a weird, freaky.
No one's canceling Wonder Woman though. Gee, I wonder why.
I don't know.
It's fucked up. It's fucked
up. He's dead. So you can't cancel the dead, but if there was a statue erected to him, I guarantee you they'd be pulling it down.
Hey, you said erected.
How? Oh, okay, Beavis.
But anyway, so yeah, getting back to it, I just added a perk tonight, RJ, $35. You get the whole backstory, you get the full complete series, and you get the new issues. And let me tell you something. I got 8 days left. Okay.
Yeah.
If I get over $1,000, everybody's getting a little extra anyway. In fact,
$200.
Yeah, I got $800 now. Get me over 1,000 in the next couple of days. My VIP people are probably going to get some trucker hats. Everybody's going to get full sets of cards. I don't care. And to be honest with you, I don't care what it says on the side on Indiegogo. If you back my thing, I'm going to email you back and tell you exactly what I'm sending you. You'll always get more from me. You'll never get less. Okay.
Agent DeCamp's talking about the book with the black cover. I think he's talking about the Wonder Woman hardcover or something. I had the oversized paperback version. It was a reprint of Sensation Comics.
Yeah.
One.
I think mine might have been one of those Treasury editions or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, and Mike Walters. It was more than just believed. It was fact. It was not just a rumor that people believed in. It was absolutely going on.
Oh yeah. There's documentaries about it.
And of course, Marston was also the inventor of the lie detector test.
Yes,
so that figured
which
into
of
the whole
course, the lasso inspiration. Great, huh?
Yeah, another reason he should be canceled. Getting into people's minds and telling if they're lying or not. Come on, they don't admit that in court anymore.
Of course not. But so
that was a great deal, and nobody's claimed it yet either. Is that? Did you just add that?
That $35 one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just added it a few hours ago.
Well, that's going to go quick. You only got 13 of them out there.
Hey, man, I'm new. I'm greener than the Jolly Green Giant and She-Hulk. So, it's all good in time. Now you didn't crowdfund. Oh my God, you just kind of. No, I didn't.
Did it.
And no, I didn't. This is my first crowdfunding. Let me tell you, oh my God, for the last 2 years, even through the pandemic, I was selling them directly to folks. In other words, people follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I'd be like, hey, I got a book out. And then people would email me and I'd be like, hey, send me $25 in PayPal and I'll ship them to you, blah, blah. And that was pretty much it. And I did business like that for about 1.5 years. And then I also, I was selling shit out of the back of my car, like old mixtapes, like you're a guy selling mixtapes.
Yeah.
And then I was selling stuff. I did a lot of shows. in 2000, before the pandemic hit, I squeezed in 2 shows. And this year I've squeezed in a show. So I've done 3 shows, 2 store signings, things like that, you know, just stuff in Florida. Just trying to sell what I printed, and, you know, printed limited runs, like 400, 500 books of each issue, and just selling them myself, dude, direct, you know. but then, you know, I said to myself, you know what? It's no risk for me to go crowdfund it. And as you can see, you know, I've made $800 on 11 backers. Want to make a few $100 more, and then I'll be happy, and I'll give everybody some extras that they don't even know they're getting.
So I'm sitting here wanting to do story thinking things now, because time travel stories always are. I overthink them.
Yeah.
I'll watch Back to the Future, all 3 movies, and I'll just be like, it'll take me 2 days to watch all 3 movies, because I'm like pausing it and thinking,
sure,
wait a minute, now, okay, look at that, and then, like, you know, don't even get me started on how many DeLoreans actually exist in 1955, sure. Because I'm like counting every time they go there.
Of course.
Misty can't travel to the future.
No, not yet.
How far back does she have to go? I mean,
well, see, that's it. I'm the writer, so I can do whatever I want. But see, the thing is, like, I'll give you a little spoiler. When I was a kid, I loved war comics. I loved Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, and I loved Sergeant Rock. Okay. So with that said, I can guarantee you she's going to have to go back to World War II for something.
Okay, but going back to World War II, I get. Can she go back to last week? No, because the present that she's in is I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a very dystopian, apocalyptic state of the world. So she doesn't have to go back next week, but she's going back so that the other faction of time traveling terrorists that are existing in her present, don't muck up and F up things worse in the past. And I'm just setting it in a G.I. Joe, Sergeant Fury kind of thing, because she is actually, like, she's a branch of the military, but she's in a branch of the military that is black op, no dog tags, no serial numbers, no nothing, because if they're caught in the past, you know, they can't say where they're from. So sure. But the reason I ask is, I mean, like, if there's a limit, remember Quantum Leap, where you know, Dr. Sam Beckett theorizing that one could time travel within one's own lifespan.
Right.
I'm thinking,
can she go back to before she was born, or 100 years ago?
Well, no, she can go back then, but I'm thinking if she goes back to any time when she's still alive.
Yeah, she doesn't. I actually don't have to have her doing that.
Okay.
Because that wasn't my plan, because I have a problem with that Marty McFly and the Quantum Leap and the even the Time Cop that I brought up, where you can't occupy the same space, even if you're in the same time.
There's no chance of future Misty America coming back to the same operation that current age.
Oh,
Misty
well,
America
I don't know. That's a great thing you just gave me, buddy.
Because original Misty screws it up, or gets caught, or gets trapped and escapes, goes back, remembers it, and says, "Wait, let's go redo that one and get it right."
Well, when I write that, I'll send you some money via PayPal. Okay,
just send me the book, man.
I do like that, and let me give you a little caveat about that, because it's funny you say that. First of all, I want to show you something. Blow this up for me. My cover model, when she first posed for me, here's what she looked like. Again, that's a real gun. This was a variant cover for Oh My God issue number 5.
Yep.
As you could see, I don't know, something got a little bigger.
You false advertised that. You got the slogans mixed up.
She never told me she was getting enhanced. But anyway,
the second one is the fully loaded issue.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know, man. It's like all of a sudden I saw her and I'm like, oh, you look different. Issue number 4 of Oh My God is a flip book.
Oh, look at that.
Featuring a, like, remember the old Image Rob Liefeld Extreme books?
Yeah.
Where you would have a story starting this way
Then you
right?
get to the middle and it develops upside down.
Right. Then you get to the middle and you turn it upside down. Well, I have another story going this way. It's called Venus and Mars, and it featured two stories in it. One called Martian Law, which is like Judge Dredd in the future on Mars.
Yeah.
And another story called Venerella, which is a vampire warrior princess from Venus. And that is Venerella right here.
Okay.
Venerella is like a combination of Barbarella and She and Lady Death and every bad girl you ever saw from the 90s. She will meet Misty America at some point. So the fact that you brought up future Misty America, don't you worry about it. We'll be doing something with that.
All right. Very, very cool. So does that cover everything that we need to tell people tonight? I mean,
yeah, I think
$35 for this bundle is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, $35, you're getting 11 comics, just 11 comics. $50, you're getting 11 comics, you know, the full saga of Misty America, past and present. Plus you're getting 7 trading cards and 2 posters. And then for $100, you know, you're getting original art by me. You know, you could sell that on eBay at least for $50 in a couple of weeks. You know, it is what it is. I'm as independent as they get. So if you really, I'm gonna make a pledge, like a pledge of allegiance to indie comics. I will never, ever, ever look, feel, smell, or taste corporate to anybody who's fed up with corporate comics. And as far as those folks, you know, making $1 million on Indiegogo right now, hey, more power to you. But you know what? I'm an up and comer, even though I'm an old guy. You know, support independent artists that are looking for support, because I'll surprise you. And by the way, I'll put out a lot more issues than those folks because I got a lot less overhead. So
there you go. Yeah, you don't need a warehouse, do you?
No, I wish I had one. And by the way, there was no offense intended to any of those people that you may think I'm talking about in New Jersey or other places, because I'm fans of those folks.
So am I.
I'm a huge 90s fan anyway. So all those folks that I'm alluding to who raise millions of dollars, and by the way, quality books, 60-page, 52-page books with ash cans and all that stuff, you know, far superior product. But that's not what I'm doing. I have quality, but I also have quantity. I fulfill the minute my campaign's over. I have, like, truth be told, I have 4 pages left to ink, and then I got to scan them, start putting a book together. My covers are all done. My trading cards are all done. I'm ready to go.
No colorist needed.
No colorist needed. And now, and by the way, let me also be truthful. The reason there's no color in the book is, besides the indie aesthetic that I really like, because I like seeing what the artist draws and looks like. There's a lot of artists where I feel in today's modern comics, they are drawing the hell out of shit. And once the colorist gets it, it glosses right over the lines and you don't even see what they do.
Yeah, I completely agree. I've seen so many. I had a guest on the stream, Ryan Wynn. Ryan Wynn's doing a head sketch for me. He's the one who's doing Hammerella.
Sure.
And he knew that I had a Batgirl collection of stuff, so he penciled this Batgirl sketch. He said, "Here's the pencil version of it. I haven't inked it yet." I'm like, I really kind of like it the way it is. Would you mind not inking it? Because it just is perfect the way it is.
And you know, an abomination in the comic industry now is a lot of people are going right from pencils to colors. Yeah. And there's no solid lines on the page at all. Dude, I grew up reading Kirby and Byrne and Buscema and Art Adams and Frank Miller. I like my shit sloppy. I like to see the lines. I don't know when cross-hatching became a evil thing, you know. And by the way, you know, and as you can see, I don't use computers. I'm not drawing. And by the way, no offense to people that do. It's just I'm a Bristol board, pencil and pen kind of guy.
OG comic artist.
OG, because I am OG. I didn't, you know, Kirby wasn't using a tablet, so I ain't going to use a tablet. And I'm, by the way, no Kirby. But the point is If it was good enough for Kirby, it's good enough for me.
There you go.
You know,
And yeah, color over pencils. I've seen it done. If you're Charles Vest, you can get away with that. Nobody else.
my backer, Agent DeCam, said I'm the garage band of publishers.
That's
my whole aesthetic is, and by the way, I still know how to play. So I may be in the garage, but man, do I know how to play. My book is nonstop action. I'm a hell of a writer. And the reason why I don't use a colorist, I was getting back to it, is because I hate coloring. So I made a vow to myself that I was going to do the book. And every book I do, unless, I get major offers, I want to draw. I want to do the whole thing. I draw it, I write it, I letter it, I create it, I edit, I put the covers together. It's all me, man. So you know what? I don't have to argue with nobody. I don't have to pay anybody. And it's my vision. And the truth of the matter is I live or die by what I put out there, and I'm not beholden to anybody. So the thing is, and by the way, I'm a graphic designer by trade. I've been doing that since 1993, but I hate working in color when it comes to comic books. And I can do it. I just don't like it. So my thing is, I wanted that, Walking Dead, not now, but the original Walking Dead's in black and white. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, black and white.
Garage band.
And I am going to end it on an appropriate note. Sin City is in black and white. So there you go.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Anthony, thank you so much for bringing Misty America to the channel tonight. This looks like a fun party kind of a comic book.
Oh, hey, I got one more party thing to throw out there,
yeah.
RJ. You know the song that was playing during my video?
Yeah. I meant to say, please tell me that was you.
That was me.
That means I don't get demonetized.
No, I wrote the song and recorded the song in a band a few years ago. I have full rights to the song. But here's the best part. You know what? All my backers, whether I have 11 backers or 58 backers or 100 backers, all my backers are getting a little MP3 of that song as a little present in an email. So
the package just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
I mean, really. I mean, and again, I got 8 days left. Please tell your friends, anybody watching the chat. I'm not begging. I'm just telling you, I got a nice product, and you get on board with a new creator. You can always jump on with these guys that have 6-figure books back and forth all day on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. But hey, I'm a new creator, but I'm an old creator at the same time. So you're getting a veteran kind of, this isn't my first rodeo, but it's my first independent published book. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you a good product with a 90s, if you're 12 years old or 18 years old and you're reading every soy book by Image, this is not the book for you.
Nope.
Okay.
It's the book you should be reading.
And by the way, I'm writing about war and time travel and shit. Ain't no politics. There's 4 things in my book. You know what it is? Big hair, big boobs, big guns, and big action. That's it, man. You want anything else? Go hit up somebody else. But
the holy quadrilogy.
But if you want some big boobs, big hair, big guns, and big action, I'm your book, Misty America.
All right, Anthony, it looks great. Thank you again so much for coming on the show and being a guest tonight and showing this to our chat. Speaking of our chat, we want to thank you all for showing up. As I always say, we don't have a show without you. I won't ask you to like the video, because if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine.
I'll ask them to. Please smash the like button. And if you're checking this out for the first time, please subscribe.
Thank you so much. I will say, please share the video, because that tangentially helps me, but it gets Anthony's book out in front of more eyeballs. Your social circle is different from my social circle, and it's that ripple effect that gets the word spread around.
That's right.
So that more and more people can see Misty America and back it. More people back it, the bigger your package gets, because there will be stretch goals hit. So, go out and be the marketing team.
You said something about my package getting bigger.
Well, you keep looking at Misty's.
Stretching. Really, though, do subscribe, because then RJ can get better lighting in his room there.
Tell me about it. I've got a green screen. I'm like, why do I have the green screen? You can't light it up.
You have the beautiful glow of the screen on you.
It's a wall. It's a wall right here. I have no place to put anything. I mean,
It's all good. Do you like my Alfred Hitchcock shadow I got going on there?
that is, yeah, I kind of do like that. You should put your camera just right there
for dramatic effect. And like if you're a Sin City fan too, by Frank Miller, you know.
Oh yes, there's so many good things by Frank Miller.
Are you kidding me? Wolverine right off the bat. Forget, everybody forgets about the Wolverine miniseries. They forget about Ronin. They forget about what did I just mention? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There would have been no Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right. Talk about time traveling butterfly effect. There would be no TMNT without Frank Miller. Period.
Because they copied his Daredevil and his Ronin.
Right.
Parodied them both at the same time.
Right. And foot, ninjas, the whole thing.
Stick, Splinter.
There are total pages swiped out of there too.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And they probably made more money for Turtles than Frank's ever made with Sin City or 300 or anything.
Yeah. Did you ever see the Spirit movie that he actually directed?
Yes.
I like it. I like it. It's totally inappropriate.
It's an art film.
What?
It's an art film.
Yeah, but isn't it
look pretty?
Scarlett Johansson is amazing in that. The black and white is amazing in that. And by the way, I love black and white films, so there I go to a black and white comic. But also, how about Samuel Jackson as a Nazi is so inappropriate and so clever at the same time.
Yeah, he was the octopus, right?
Yeah,
was
just fantastic. Anyway, for all your viewers that don't know about that, go stream The Spirit or buy it at a pawn shop.
Check out The Spirit. And it's not black and white. It's black and white and red.
Right. And black and white. Yeah. Just like, black and white. Yeah. He likes splashing those colors in, but yeah.
It's very cool.
It's amazing.
All right. So we're going to close things out, Anthony. Thanks again. Folks in the chat, can't thank you enough for being here. And as always, we just hope you had a blast.